Hey, how's it going? This is another beautiful episode on how to move to Thailand. Currently, we're in the beautiful island of Phuket. And right here, I got amazing, great friend, as I would like to say, real estate consultant, entrepreneur, all that good stuff. And we're going to kind of dive into the amazing things that he does and how he's single-handedly helping people, move to Thailand in the most interesting way, as I would like to say, whether you're looking to, relocate, here full-time, or you're just looking for something to build some type of investment, some type of wealth. This is the guy right here, my great friend, the GOAT, as I would like to say. What's up, my brother?
Keeping good, keeping good. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be on your YouTube channel here, and pleasure to have you among us.
Right.
It's always a delight. So really pleased to be able to go through this interview with you.
Yeah, man.
It allows me to expand the knowledge I have among our fellow foreigners who want to come and invest, want to come and perhaps settle here, and make this place their home.
Yeah. Well, my boy here, he's not big of a camera guy. I had to really, because he inspired me so much. I'm saying we really have to do this. So without further ado, we ain't gonna waste no time. So, let everyone know, man, what inspired you to move to Phuket?
Well, I initially was on a journey of Asia. I was doing a tour of Asia over 17 years ago, and I discovered Phuket, where I found that it would be the ideal location for me to settle down at some point in my life, perhaps during my later age when I retire. I immediately sensed that there was a huge possibility of investing here with a great growth, as well as the fact that it had all the facilities for me to be here. So I invested in several units in several condominiums and created a small portfolio of mine.
Okay.
Thinking that would be my retirement.
Retire. Okay. Okay. So thinking ahead, retirement.
I must admit that, my pension life, retirement came earlier than I thought. During COVID time, I decided to move here. This was about 5 years ago. Arriving here, not knowing what I would eventually do, having an activity is great. Being a pensioner must be awesome.
Right. But, so just to add on to that, I just want to let the viewers know. So where you're from originally? Right?
So originally Persian. Mum and dad have expatriated to Europe. So I lived half of my life in the UK and half in France. So I have that multicultural sense, which I've explored and been able to then export this in a region like in Thailand. It's amazing because it does open your spirit and you're open-minded to accept and embrace a culture. When I arrived here, it wasn't too difficult simply for the fact that I had already traveled here in the past.
Okay.
Nevertheless, settling down in a country like Thailand is a complete different culture to the Western world, as you can appreciate. So it's been a great experience, a very positive one. So coming back to the fact that, arriving here 5 years ago during COVID was a new experience, and I decided to basically become a developer in the real estate. So I started a small villa project in which we are currently sitting now. It's called the Orchard Villas.
It's very, very beautiful. Wow, this is amazing.
The whole concept was really to create something different and new to what you would see in the region. And at the time, the project was completed over a year ago. And so it allowed me to conceive something and be able to project myself in the future. Obviously, during this time, I did some real estate and helping other foreigners to be able to settle here from my personal experience has been really helpful for many. So being able to provide them not only for accommodation or investment, but also giving a helping hand in seeking legal advice as well as...
So did you know anyone out here before you moved out?
There is not really, no. In all reality, I think I've probably got one real friend that I still see.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I didn't.
Right.
So it was a learning curve, but it's an interesting one. I said, by traveling and having all these experiences in different countries does help you a lot.
Right.
But I think one who wants to ex- expatriate themselves, there should be no fear whatsoever.
Right.
Because being here in a country where you're welcome, people are friendly, and you know there's a possibility of investing or simply coming to retire and have a peaceful moment in this on this particular island of Phuket. We are actually sitting in an area which is called the Chung Talay,
okay.
which is on the northwest coast of the island. It's very sought after simply because there's a huge population of expats, and it all started with the Laguna project here. And obviously now, we've got many facilities, we've got outdoor malls, and we've got all the activities going on now, just like you would find in the West. So, we've got...
So my question is to you, right? Like, why Phuket, right? You have so many different parts of Thailand. And don't get me wrong, Phuket is beautiful. I love being here. It feels like I'm on a nonstop holiday. I don't know personally how people live here because I'm so relaxed. I just want to chill and sit on the beach.
Well, I feel the same. I feel I'm being on holiday every day. Yeah, I'm working almost every day. And, I think the infrastructure being here facilitates really to be able to walk out of a concrete jungle where I was in London and settle here. We've got, big size shopping malls. We have the ocean, we have the mountains. So there's an activity you could find for every, individual. Also, like I said, the infrastructure, the facility of an international airport, which allows you to, travel easily anywhere you like. We are in a location where barely 25 minutes to the airport. So that, again, does make a difference for those who want to travel in and out from Phuket.
So in your perspective, what would you say is the best areas right now to kind of get real estate?
In terms of investment and
and we're going to dive deeper in another episode for that. So this is just, we're kind of picking your brain.
Right. Yeah. I mean, currently we see the evolution, obviously post-COVID, the entire island has really evolved tremendously, but we are looking at really key areas. Quite often seems to be the West Coast, where obviously we do have beautiful beaches. And right now, I would say the areas where it's increasing or developing rapidly would be one which is the southwest coast, Nai Han.
Okay.
Second being Tata and Taron, which is two joint towns, again on the west coast. And then we'd be moving further up north, which is Kamala, which used to be a transition town between the north and the south, has now really become an entity of its own by having foreign supermarkets.
Right.
There's always also a McDonald's. So that kind of, all these brands have really given the town a real entity, and so the prices have increased, and there's more population living permanently than before. In fact, it's doubled in size for that matter. And I would say the final, or perhaps the evolution which is expanding is the Changtele, where we are currently, which is also leading to the Layan, which is right next door, and Nayang, which is basically still on the west coast and heading towards the airport.
Right.
These are really picturesque areas,
very
green and lush, as you can tell, and the development is coming along really organically, and this is where there's a huge demand in terms of investment and rental. So it's basically developing in that sense.
So just to kind of add on to that, and I would like to pick your brain with that now. So why would you say now is the best time now to buy real estate in Phuket or those areas we just spoke about? Why now?
Why Phuket? Why Asia? Why Thailand? I mean, obviously we have experienced quite some changes within our, geopolitical areas. So people are in a shape of escaping their comfort zone and deciding to come in an area or a place like Phuket simply because life is much more affordable than back home, And so this is one of the reasons. The second, we have the beautiful climate. We are actually in the winter season, and as you can tell, it's probably 28, 29 degrees. It's a nice little breeze.
Oh, it feels so nice out here. It's just like, wow.
And this is the second reason, and the third being the possibility of obtaining a visa, unlike many may think, very easy. You know, you either become achieve a visa as a retirement visa, which is if you're 50 years and up, you can achieve that. You can come as a student if you're, you know, in that student phase, but you can also come as a, you know, nomad.
Right.
You know, and that's a really good visa that gives the ability to those who are actually working abroad, but they can technically work from here. And the nomad visa would give that option to those who want to work here within the facilities, yet being perhaps paid by a company which is outside
Abroad.
Asia, abroad. And so that is a 1-year visa again.
Right.
Really, Thailand is currently really embracing the foreigners to come and invest. And as you've heard just recently, the monarch has decided to launch their own currency. You know, the cryptocurrency here means that there is a huge investment future and an increase in population.
Love it. So thank you, you know, for that. I think that was definitely formal or whatever, as far as letting people know your whole story, because I think it's very important, right? Because I'm sure there's people like such as yourself, they're considering moving to a place like Thailand. They know their money can go a lot, you know, further and stuff. So yeah, so I would like to kind of like thank y'all out for checking out this episode. We're going to kind of break it off into different sections. We're going to break down everything you need to know for living here, thriving here, finding properties, and we're going to get all into it. So I thank y'all for checking out this episode. Make sure you give a like and subscribe. Share this with someone who's, you know, potentially inspired to move into. See y'all on the next one. Bye for now.